Bioweapons and bioterrorism, the dark legacy of anthrax. In the shadowy world of unconventional warfare, bioweapons and bioterrorism stand out as particularly terrifying threats. Imagine a weapon that doesn't explode but instead silently spreads through the air, water or surfaces, carrying with it the potential for widespread disease and death. Unlike traditional weapons, which rely on explosive force or radiation, bioweapons exploit biological agents, such as bacteria, viruses or toxins, to inflict harm. Their deployment can be nearly unstoppable and uncontrollable, often leading to unintended consequences for both the intended victims and the perpetrators themselves. The 2001 anthrax attacks, also known as Amerithrax, represent a haunting example of the devastating potential of bioterrorism. This detailed video will explore the nature of bioweapons, their historical context, and the impact of the 2001 anthrax attacks, offering insights into their broader implications and challenges. Bioweapons fall under the category of unconventional weapons, or weapons of mass destruction, but they represent a particularly dangerous subcategory due to their reliance on biological agents. These agents can be bacteria, viruses, fungi, or toxins, each capable of causing severe disease or death. What makes bioweapons particularly insidious is their ability to spread and multiply once released, leading to potentially uncontrollable outbreaks. Bioweapons are distinct from chemical weapons in that they involve living organisms or their byproducts. Once released, biological agents can reproduce and persist in the environment, making them challenging to contain. For instance, anthrax spores, a common bioweapon, can survive in soil and other environments for years, remaining a threat long after their initial release. The deployment of bioweapons involves a range of techniques to maximize their effectiveness. Agents may be dispersed through aerosols, powders or liquids, targeting large populations. The use of bioweapons requires careful consideration of factors such as the agent's stability, transmissibility and lethality. The sophistication of modern biotechnology and genetic engineering has raised concerns about the potential for more effective and targeted bioweapons in the future. Biological warfare is not a modern invention, but has ancient origins. Historical records suggest that the use of disease as a weapon dates back to biblical times. For example, the biblical plagues that afflicted Egypt can be interpreted as early instances of biological warfare, where disease was used as a tool of divine retribution. One of the earliest documented uses of biological warfare occurred during the 14th century. The Mongol army, besieging the city of Kaffa, is reported to have used plague-infected corpses as a biological weapon. These corpses were catapulted into the city, contributing to the spread of the Black Death across Europe. This incident illustrates the devastating potential of biological agents to cause widespread disease and death. In the 18th century, biological warfare continued to evolve. During the American Revolutionary War, British forces were accused of distributing smallpox-infected blankets to Native American populations. This act was a deliberate attempt to use disease as a weapon of subjugation and conflict. The 19th and early 20th centuries saw further developments in biological warfare. During World War I, attempts were made to use pathogens such as anthrax and glanders, but these efforts were largely unsuccessful due to difficulties in weaponizing and dispersing the agents effectively. However, World War II saw significant advancements in biological warfare, particularly by Japan. Unit 731, a secret Japanese military unit, conducted experiments using plague, cholera and other pathogens on prisoners. These experiments demonstrated the potential for biological agents to cause severe harm and highlighted the need for international efforts to control their use. Following World War II, the international community sought to address the threat of biological weapons through agreements such as the Biological Weapons Convention of 1972. The BWC aimed to ban the development, production and stockpiling of bioweapons, reflecting a collective commitment to prevent their misuse and to promote international cooperation in safeguarding against bioterrorism. The 2001 anthrax attacks, or Amerithrax, represent a significant and disturbing example of bioterrorism. In the weeks following the September 11 attacks, letters containing anthrax spores were mailed to several news media offices and 2 US senators, Tom Daschle and Patrick Leahy. The anthrax spores were in a powdered form, making them highly dispersible and lethal. The impact of the attacks was immediate and severe. 5 people died from inhalational anthrax, a particularly dangerous form of the disease, and 17 others were infected. The attacks caused widespread fear and panic, disrupting daily life and prompting a massive public health response. The letters and their contents highlighted the potential for bioweapons to induce widespread terror and uncertainty. The FBI's investigation, known as Operation Amerithrax, was one of the largest and most complex in US history. The investigation involved extensive forensic analysis, including testing of anthrax samples and examination of the letters. Bruce Edwards Ivins, a scientist at the US Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, USAMRID, emerged as the primary suspect. Ivins had extensive knowledge of anthrax and access to the strains used in the attacks. However, Ivins died by suicide before formal charges could be filed, leaving many questions unanswered and contributing to ongoing debates about the investigation's conclusions. The Amerithrax case underscored several critical issues related to bioterrorism. The difficulty in tracing the origin of the anthrax spores and the challenges in containing the contamination demonstrated the complexities of addressing biological threats. The extensive public health response, including decontamination efforts and the distribution of antibiotics and vaccines, highlighted the significant impact such attacks can have on public health systems and resources. Bioterrorism has far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the immediate health effects of biological agents. The fear and panic generated by bioweapon attacks can disrupt societies, economies, and political systems. The 2001 anthrax attacks, for example, led to a nationwide response involving extensive public health measures and heightened security protocols. The psychological impact of bioterrorism is profound. The threat of invisible and uncontrollable agents can induce widespread anxiety and fear, affecting individuals and communities. The uncertainty surrounding the spread and impact of biological agents contributes to a climate of fear that can disrupt normal societal functions. The economic costs associated with bioterrorism are substantial. These costs include not only the direct expenses related to medical treatment and decontamination, but also the broader economic disruption caused by public panic and increased security measures. The 2001 anthrax attacks highlighted the need for robust public health infrastructure and preparedness to address the challenges posed by bioweapons. The impact of bioterrorism also extends to international relations and security. The use of biological agents as weapons can strain diplomatic relations and prompt nations to enhance their security measures. The threat of bioterrorism emphasizes the need for international cooperation and coordination in addressing global health and security challenges. Containing and preventing the spread of bioweapons presents unique challenges. Unlike chemical or nuclear weapons, which have more defined and predictable impacts, biological agents can spread in unpredictable ways. They can be transmitted through air, water, or direct contact, complicating efforts to contain and control their spread. The interconnected nature of the modern world further complicates containment efforts. Global travel and trade mean that an outbreak can quickly spread across borders, making it challenging to control and contain. The ability to trace the origins of bioweapons is often hindered by the covert nature of their deployment and the sophisticated methods used to weaponize them. Efforts to address these challenges require continuous vigilance and investment in biosecurity measures. Strengthening international agreements, improving detection and response capabilities, and promoting research to understand and mitigate the risks associated with biological agents are crucial for managing the threat of bioweapons. Collaboration among nations, public health organizations, and scientific communities is essential to address the complex and evolving nature of bioterrorism. Advances in genetic engineering and synthetic biology pose additional risks, as they may enable the creation of more potent and targeted biological weapons. This highlights the need for ongoing research and preparedness to address emerging threats. International cooperation and transparency are critical in managing the risks associated with bioweapons and ensuring global security. As we look to the future, the landscape of bioweapons and bioterrorism is evolving rapidly due to advancements in science and technology. Understanding these emerging trends is crucial for preparing and mitigating potential threats. One of the most significant developments is in biotechnology. Technologies like CRISPR and synthetic biology have opened up new possibilities for both legitimate and malicious use. CRISPR, a tool for editing genes, can be used to modify organisms at a genetic level, which could potentially be exploited to create more dangerous biological agents. Similarly, synthetic biology allows scientists to design and construct new biological parts, devices and systems which could be misused to engineer pathogens with enhanced properties. Geopolitical tensions and global conflicts are likely to influence the future of bioweapons. As nations face complex security challenges, the risk of bioweapon proliferation grows. Political instability or conflicts could lead to the development or use of biological agents as tools of warfare or terrorism. Monitoring these global trends is essential to anticipate and prepare for potential threats. In response to these growing threats, new containment strategies are being developed. Advances in detection technologies such as rapid diagnostic tests and environmental monitoring systems aim to improve our ability to identify and respond to biological threats quickly. Additionally, research into better vaccines and treatments continues to progress, enhancing our ability to manage and mitigate outbreaks caused by bioweapons. The rise of biotechnology and the potential for its misuse raise significant ethical and legal questions. The development and use of bioweapons pose risks not only to public health, but also to ethical norms and international law. Ensuring that research in biotechnology adheres to strict ethical standards and that international regulations are robust enough to prevent misuse is a growing concern. International cooperation remains vital in tackling the threat of bioweapons. Agreements such as the Biological Weapons Convention, BWC, provide a framework for global collaboration to prevent the spread and use of biological agents. Enhancing international partnerships and sharing information about potential threats and advances in technology are essential for maintaining global security and health. As technology advances, so too must our strategies and frameworks for dealing with bioweapons and bioterrorism. By staying informed about these trends and fostering international collaboration, we can better prepare for and address the evolving challenges in the realm of biological threats. Bioweapons and bioterrorism represent a significant and complex challenge in the realm of unconventional warfare. The 2001 anthrax attacks, or Amerithrax, serve as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of such threats and the difficulties involved in addressing them. The historical context, impact and future implications of bioweapons underscore the need for continued vigilance, robust biosecurity measures and international cooperation to safeguard against the misuse of biological agents. The legacy of Amerithrax and similar incidents highlights the importance of ongoing efforts to protect global health and security from the pervasive threat of bioweapons. In facing the challenges of bioterrorism, it is crucial to balance scientific advancement with ethical responsibility and international cooperation. By strengthening our defenses and fostering global collaboration, we can better prepare for and mitigate the risks associated with biological weapons. As we continue to navigate the complexities of bioterrorism, our collective commitment to prevention, preparedness and response will be essential in safeguarding against this insidious and evolving threat. And that is all for today. Keep watching for more such videos. Until then, take care.